All right, everybody, welcome back into another edition of Keeping Up with Boaz Athletics, and I'm here with head coach Justin Bowen. And Coach, who do you have with you today?
Trinity Campbell. She's a senior on our team this year.
Coach, we've had a lot of stuff going on since last time I was here. We've had a snowstorm that kind of threw everybody's game schedule / practice schedule off. There'd probably be no practice Saturday. Friday games got canceled. How did it look for you, your program individually?
Yeah, so we played Alexandria at the beginning of last week, and then we had a couple of days of practice, and knew that we were probably going to be out of school on Friday. So we had a little bit tougher and longer practice on Thursday, did a little bit more running and things like that just to kind of compensate for being off, trying to think ahead, a little bit. So we're off Friday and Saturday, obviously with the snowstorm, and I think that was kind of good. Just for me and everybody else, it was just a time where you had to take off, like you couldn't do anything. And that's good for me because most of the time, even if I'm at home, I'm on
the computer.
Yeah, I got to do this, I got to do that. And so it was a time where you just kind of had to unwind, and it was really good for me and probably good for the girls to get another day off. And then yesterday we came back and practiced, and it was really good and had a good day, just more mental. Couldn't come in and go full speed and everything too much because we played today. But I thought we had a pretty good practice yesterday, got up a lot of shots, and I thought it was beneficial.
So we don't have a lot of snow days here in Alabama. What did you do during your snow day? How did you get to enjoy it?
I was sledding with my siblings.
Oh, that was fun.
It was a little dangerous, but...
Everybody get out okay?
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, we don't have a lot of snow days here, so it's always interesting to see how people enjoy it. You being a senior here, what was your thoughts of Coach Bowen when he first got here? I know expectations comes in from what he's done at his prior job, but you being a senior, you can't hit reset and go back and have another go at it, so you want somebody who wants to win immediately. Talk about that a little bit.
When he first got here, it was a little weird, but I like him. But last year was Coach McCarver, but before that, it was just Coach Wilge and Coach Hinton, and it was just different with him. Like, he's changed it a lot. But it's like a good change, though.
Yeah, he pays a lot of attention to detail, likes to get the message out there, win, lose, or draw. That's what I like about Coach Bowen. He sticks with his guns. He's going to promote you guys, whether it's a win, whether it's a loss. I really like that about him. The clock turned last year, and last year's season was over, and then the summer started, and you realized you was a senior. Has it hit you yet that this is it, like this is the last stretch? Or I know I always ask people that because it's always a different answer for everybody.
It hits me because Coach Bowen reminds us a lot, but like it's still like this is my last county tournament that we're about to play in, like, and the season's almost over. It's like really sad, but it's just not hit me.
Yeah. Talk about that county tournament, being able to play that at Snead in front of the whole county. A lot of times that place is packed. Can you talk about that experience, what it's been like for you?
Yeah, it's like scary, but like I like the opportunity to be able to play in front of a lot of people and show them that like we're a good team. Like we've been working really hard. I think this game is going to be good to prove to everybody that we're a different team.
Absolutely. And Coach, from your standpoint, being able to take the girls to a neutral site like that and play in this tournament up here, I mean, yeah, there's bragging rights is kind of like what I talked to Coach Witt about. You may face a team 4 times in the season, some maybe even 5, depending on how things go. It's very important to do good in that county tournament. I know you got other stuff you're worried about with that area and all, but just dialing in on that county tournament. Talk about it just for a minute.
Yeah, the county tournament is always something that, you're thinking about pride. You want to showcase your team's abilities and stuff for the county. There's people there that don't get to see you play. They've never seen you play. They've never seen our team take the floor before, and they're there watching kind of, what's this team about? How are they going to play? What's their style and stuff like that. And then you also have teams that you've played multiple times. Like we've already played Albertville twice. If we win and they win, we'll play them a 3rd time, And I think a year or 2 ago, Arab and Gunnersville played like 4 or 5 times in one season because of the county tournament in the area and all that stuff. And then also you just kind of like you mentioned, you talk about the venue that you're playing in. It's a little bit different. The backdrop there is not as different as it is at like JSU. But it is a bigger venue as far as on the sides and the way that it goes up and stuff. So it's always great to go and play at different places like that. That prepares you for, regional tournaments and going on the road in a sub-regional game and things like that. So I think that's another beneficial thing about it. But, ultimately we just want to go out there and, like she said, put a good product on the floor, and show that, even though we are young and inexperienced or whatever, that we've gotten better and we're continuing to work and we're going to try to give people a good game.
Yeah, depth perception sometimes will get people at JSU. It's a whole different world.
Yeah, well, we played that game at Wallace earlier in the year, and that, it was kind of empty. There wasn't many people there. They didn't have the everything pulled out. It was just kind of open and empty, and we shot it really well there. It was odd that, how well we shot it when we got there. But like I said, at this gym, it's not as bad depth perception wise. It's similar to a high school gym on the ends, so that helps a little bit, helps everybody.
I remember when I went to Etowah, first time I ever shot on a college gym, we went down there for a practice.
Yeah.
Dude, I couldn't even hit the rim.
Yes.
It looked like the rim. It looked like it was totally different.
Yeah.
I couldn't even hit the rim for the first 5 minutes, and I finally kind of adjusted it in, but I never shot it well there.
Yeah.
So it's
that's
totally
the thing
different.
is it definitely affects everybody. Especially the kids that maybe they don't go play AAU, they don't go play
That's right.
ball during the summer, and they go to these different places. It really can affect a lot of kids, especially smaller schools that maybe they don't go out and play in bigger venues and things. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Your teammates, obviously, you're looked to as a leader on this team, being a senior. So talk about your teammates a little bit and how over the years, they're probably like a sisterhood with you now. Can you talk about that and your relationship with your team?
Yeah, I think that us as seniors, we're really close. And the freshmen, even like Addison, she's like the most leadership out of the freshmen. But I think we're all pretty close together as a team. We all like Coach Bowen. We're like a family.
Could you ever imagine when you was a senior, you was going to have this much youth under you?
No, but honestly, I'm really proud of the freshmen. I think that they're doing really good to be on a varsity team.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Yeah, you got to kind of have them this year. You got no choice.
Kind of. If we didn't have them, we wouldn't have a team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not just on the team; they're actually having to step up and play big minutes.
Yeah, they work really hard for us too.
Yeah,
being a senior, they work just as hard as everybody else.
It's fun just being around all them, because they
it's different type of energy.
Yeah, they're very close. Our whole team is very tight. They all cut up and goof off a little bit, and they can get serious, but they have fun. They dancing at practice and dancing in the locker room, and that locker room gets pretty rogue before the game. So I have to give a warning and be like, hey, all right, I'm coming in there. Let's, they'll be in there, partying and having a good time.
All the way up.
Yeah, so they have a good time, and it's fun to be around them.
That keeps it fun, though, right?
Yeah, exactly. You can't be uptight, especially, with us being young and having some ups and downs. You got to keep it loose. You can't, because I do a good job of being hard on them all the time. So it's good that they still feel like, that they can let loose and they can have fun.
Speaking of having fun, a couple more questions before I get you out of here. How fun is it? Senior year, county tournaments here. You've had a snow day. Y'all guys won some games that some people probably thought you shouldn't have. This has got to be a fun ride for you so far.
It has been. I think we worked so hard at practice that Coach Bowen makes us work. But I appreciate it, and I think it's been a fun year. I hate off days. I don't know about him, but I miss being around the team every single day.
Yeah.
I don't like being off for the week we had. I was so bored.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I like being around the team, and we play our hearts out on the court.
That's right.
We have our ups and downs, but I like the team.
Leave it on the court, though. I like it. Coach, before we get you out of here, we talked about it with Coach Whittem, talked about it with you. The county is very important, but you got business down the road, too, that's even more important.
Yeah. I think sometimes, I came from Etowah County where, I think a lot of people put emphasis on that county tournament, and you should, when you're playing in it, if you're playing in something you want to win. And, we want to do the best we can in this county tournament. But, ultimately we're just looking at it one game at a time. Let's just focus on it like it's just a one game thing. Hey, we're just going to go play this team. And the next thing, hey, we're just going to go play that. We're not putting too much emphasis on it. Hey, this is the county tournament or whatever. We're just trying to focus on that one game and treat it like it's the most important thing. But moving on, the most important thing really for us is the area tournament, and our area games coming up. We play Douglas on next Monday. We had to move that around because of the weather. And then we'll play Sardis coming up again, too. And those are two big games, as far as where we may play the area tournament, and all that stuff. And right now, obviously, Sardis is the top dog, but even regardless, I've mentioned this a couple of times, is regardless of how these regular season area games turn out, we just want to be rolling when the area tournament comes, because
Correct.
That's really you can go, win every game in the area, but if you don't perform in the area tournament, you could be one and done. You're out of there, and your season's over. It doesn't matter how many games you've won or lost or whatever. So the good thing, and sometimes the bad thing about basketball, is it's a tournament sport. So when you get to the end of the season, you could have not won any games or won all of them. If you don't perform in that game, your season's over with. So we're just trying to get better, and we trying to save some stuff, trying to work on a little bit of stuff, and just be ready when the area tournament gets here.
Well, guys, I appreciate you guys sitting in with us, and good luck with the area tournament. County tournament coming up here. So we'll be back here next week with another edition of Keeping Up with Boaz Athletics. Thank you.